So coming back to the topic is regarding balance of payment. So just have an idea what will happen to our forex reserves when the BOP is in deficit, and now you tell me that forex reserve have become very important for you. Yes or no? So it's always good that we have adequate forex reserve. This now as per the latest data, in January the RBI have come with the data on forex reserves. As per the latest data, now try to understand that the RBI will come with half-yearly report. Half-yearly means 6 months. Half-yearly report on foreign exchange reserves. The recent half-yearly report RBI came with in January 2017. Now try to understand as per the latest data is available. The latest data presently we are available is September 2016. So normally March and September, during this month data the government, and with a lag. Now try to understand, in January RBI half yearly report of September only it is released. October, November, December, 3 month or 4 month lag is there. So the latest data available with you is in relation. See, then daily updated you will get in the newspaper. See, don't get confused. Every month and daily data is available in the newspaper. But RBI come with a report of forex reserves. What happened in the 6 months? How much reserves? What is the reason? Everything analysis it will come. But in this report, it will talk about whether the forex reserve is adequate or not. How much healthy is our economy? So in the recent report, so basically now try to understand in relation to our balance of payment, whether the forex reserve which the RBI have is sufficient or adequate or not is decided by certain important indicators. So these indicators will say that okay, whether our forex reserve is sufficient or not. And one of the major important indicator which RBI comes out in this report is import cover. What is that? Import cover. It's very simple concept. Import actual term is import cover of forex reserves. See, what with the present forex reserves, with the present how many months import you can make is what is called as see, I told you in 1991 it was for 2 weeks. Okay. Now regarding our import cover, regarding the number of months import you can make payment from out of the forex reserve, it's always good if a country is having 4 months and above. That's standard one, import cover. But I told you 2013 was a very bad year in relation to our external account. We had very high current account deficit. So during 2013 it was in the range of 6.6 months to 7 month range. But as per the latest data of March and September, in the March 2016 data says that we have an import cover. March 2016 data says that we have an import cover of 10.9 month. The recent one, September 2016 data says that we have an import cover of 12 months. Already I posted this article 2 days back or yesterday, I am not sure. Okay, so what is this import cover? So presently, see the change what happened. Presently, as per the half yearly report of RBI, as per September 2016 data, if you look into the September 2016 forex reserve, we can pay with this reserves for how many months? 12 months. So import cover is a very important indicator of a country's adequacy of forex reserve. That is one thing. Second is, another important is that regarding short term external debt. Short term external debt. You know what is an external debt? Means debt from outside the country. Now what do you mean by short term? You have to pay back at the earliest. It's not a long term debt. That short term debt is risky, we have to pay back it. Now there are a lot of, see now regarding external debt, keep this in mind. The government is now not borrowing from outside the country. It's very less. Government is not nowadays, whether it is union government, mainly we are talking about union government, is not borrowing. If you see the budget, you can see that it's negligible, it's not there. Maybe they will be getting some external assistance, but they are not taking any loan. So who is taking external debt now from India? From who's basically it is the private sector. It's the private sector they are having. So that is a challenge for the balance of payment issue. So presently our short-term external debt is also somewhere around 22% of our forex reserve. So even though comparatively it is okay, but it is still risk is there in relation to our short-term external debt. So these are the two. There are other indicators also, but these are the two. But the most important one is import cover. Most important one is import cover. That's why UPSC in 2016 they asked very simple question. They asked what do you mean by import cover? What is import cover? Just see that 2016 question. What is the answer? D. It is the number of months of import that could be paid for by a country's international reserve. International reserve is forex reserve. Now, so this is the basics about balance of payment. What all things you need to know? You need to know what is balance of payment. What do you mean by balance of payment? Its major component, current account, capital account. They used to ask. Now try to understand that. I said one more thing. It's a pair. Current account and capital account of payment is a pair. That's why if you see that two question on current account and capital account, what they have done? Put the capital account component in the current account component in the capital account. So when you prepare, make a chart and prepare so that there will be no confusion at all, and revise it thoroughly. It's very simple, you can easily answer it. Now there was one question. Okay, keep this in mind. Now regarding balance of payment, try to understand. I use the word all transaction, all external transaction. In balance of payment, there will be only two type of transaction. Either it will be inflow or it will be outflow. We call it as either an import transaction or an export transaction. In BOP, we don't talk about consumption or production. That we talk only about in relation to national income. You get the point? In balance of payment, it's only about transaction. Transaction is all external transaction. It can be an inflow transaction or an outflow transaction. So either it has to be an import transaction or it has to be a export transaction. So be very clear with that. Okay. Now imagine now I can't give you as an example. Like your brother want to go to UK and study abroad. He got the seat. They are saying that some euros, since it is in UK, it's in pound sterling. Okay, they have to pay this much. So it is equivalent 10 lakh Indian rupee. Now what you need to do? You have to approach any bank where first you need to have 10 lakh. Go the bank and convert that 10 lakh into that currency, and then go there, make the payment and study. Now when your brother or sister go to UK and study abroad, what will happen to our balance of payment? Inflow or outflow? It is outflow. Similarly, a foreigner coming to India and studying, that will, you know that we have, our education system is so good, so many foreigners are coming. But there are some foreigners coming, so leave it. If that happens, it will be inflow. Similarly, you are a tourist. You are a tourist going for 1 month tour. Is it an inflow or outflow? Outflow. A foreigner coming to India, it is inflow. So it's good that Aditi Devo Bhava, you see in the incredible India. So foreigners coming to India will help. If more foreigners coming to India, what will happen to our balance of payment? It will. So don't disturb them when they come to our beach and all these things. So they are contributing to our external sector balance of the country. Don't trouble them. Okay, so they are our Aditi. Okay, leave that. So be very clear with that. And then if you have this concept, you can answer that question number 5. What is the answer? Since it is inflow, inflow is export transaction. It is an export transaction. Answer is A.